Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to this Friday morning episode or whenever you're watching it. Really appreciate it. Today we're going to talk about rolling some call options that I have sold that are now pretty well in the money. My mindset around them, what my options are with those call options, and why I'm choosing the method, I guess, that I'm choosing. Before we get started, if you like this kind of content, I would like to invite you to subscribe to the channel. And if you want to learn more about selling options as a whole, I have a course to go over everything you need to know when it comes to selling options and helps out the channel. Really do appreciate it. It's the only way I make money on this channel, so everything I do on here is for free. So if you want to help out, check it out. Really appreciate all of it so far. It means the world to me. But as you may know, if you've watched some videos in the past, I have sold some call options on Robinhood, and some are closer to being out of the money than others. If we look, I have a $42 call option that's expiring next Friday. Not looking too hot. It's actually worth a lot of money. So that's not what you want when you sell calls. You want them to be worth a little bit of money because you want them to depreciate over time. I sell a call option for an amount of money. I'm given that amount of money, and I want it to basically go to zero come expiration. And that way it expires worthless and I can move on and sell the next call option. But Robinhood was up, I think, like 8% yesterday, and I believe it's continuing to go up this morning. So I want to talk about one particular call option that I rolled and my mindset with why I choose to roll versus let it just expire and get assigned. So this guy right here, if we take a look at my spreadsheet that I use to track the options that I sell, I sold a $52 call strike price on Robinhood. Expires 5/30, and I only made $25 off that. So if your assumption is this has to be a roll of a previously sold call option, then you are correct, because this amount of premium is very, very little for the amount of time and how close or actually in the money this call option is. This one right here in particular, if we look at it, we go to look at the history here, it was a $50 call option that was expiring this Friday. And let's say my average cost basis of Robinhood stock is $45 a share, which actually it is. So if this were to expire today and get assigned at $50 a share, I'd make $500. And that caps my gains, right, when I sell covered calls instead of making $1,000 because they're sitting at $55 a share right now. So I could do that and then return to selling puts and making income that way. But another thing I can do is roll out these call options. And so I rolled it out to a $52 strike, expiring 5/30, and I made $25 in credit. So once I bought to close this call option and I opened this call option by selling it, the net credit that was given to me was $25. But here's something I also take into consideration when I'm rolling these call options, and I'm curious what you guys think about this. But not only am I making $25, because come 5/30, let's say this one is still in the money and it gets assigned come expiration and I sell all the shares at $52 a piece. Well, the difference between these two, me selling them today versus me selling them possibly on 5/30, is $200 difference in capital appreciation. So in my mind, it's like not only am I making $25, but if this were to remain in the money and I let it get assigned, which I'll probably continue to roll, but let's just say I do let it get assigned, it's more than a gain of $25. It's actually, in my mind, a $225 gain because now there's more capital appreciation, even though the credit maybe isn't reflective of that much of a gain. And I think thinking about it this way, for me personally, lets me sleep a little easier at night because it's like I could be freaking out right now and say, why did I ever do this? I could have made $1,000, which is a valid point. Maybe I sold them and my timing is off, but my timing's not good usually to begin with. So what can I only do? I can only react. And I think my rationale here that I'm making $200 more by just waiting 21 more days, actually $225 more if we take in the credit too, it gives me a little more peace of mind. Because I'm okay with waiting 21 more days and maybe making $200 more. I think that's a good ROI for the amount of time. So that's my mindset when it comes to rolling in the money call options. Let me know if you think it's flawed. It might be. I really just share my thoughts on here with you guys and what I'm doing and document it all, the good and the bad. This would not be considered good, the current situation I'm in, but it's a good learning lesson, right? So let me know your thoughts. If you want to go check out the course and help out the channel, like I said, it's linked down below if you want to know the basics of selling options. And I hope to see you in a future video.